I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story. Motherfucker. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know. So, yeah, I was...
Do you want to tell any of those stories now?
Well, I'm saying...
Is Shannon Sharpe the fearless truth teller exposing Hollywood's secrets? Or is he the target of a ruthless industry takedown? The former NFL star turned podcast king is caught in a storm that's got everyone talking. From a bombshell lawsuit to whispers of blackmail, the drama around Club Shay Shay is spiraling out of control. Let's dive into the chaos and unpack what's really going on.
White people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them. You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
I thought it got to be too messy, and I said it out loud. I think for a while, Club Shay Shay was like Wendy Williams with a weight set.
Peeling back the layers of a story that's as explosive as it is complicated. Let's start with the lawsuit that's got the internet buzzing. In October 2024, a woman named Gabrielle Zuniga, filing under the alias Jane Doe, hit Shannon Sharpe with a $50 million civil suit in Nevada that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. She claims Sharpe, then 56, crossed serious boundaries during a nearly 2-year relationship that began when she was just 19. According to the lawsuit, the relationship started consensually after they met at a Los Angeles gym in 2023.
I know one thing, if you're 54, you have no reason to be talking to a 19-year-old. She's 22 now, Shannon is 56. I'm so glad that audio of Mo'Nique went viral yesterday.
Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
But things quickly turned dark. Zuniga alleges multiple incidents of assault between October 2024 and January 2025, accusing Sharpe of ignoring her pleas to stop and secretly recording intimate moments without her consent. She even claims he shared these videos with friends, a detail that's left people stunned. The age gap, 19 to 54, has sparked heated debates online, with some calling it predatory and others questioning the full context. To make things messier, Sharpe's team admits they offered Zuniga a jaw-dropping $10 million to settle quietly.
Out there releasing pages and pages of text messages, they're out there releasing audio. It looks to me like both sides are engaged in trying to litigate this in the media before litigating it in a court of law.
What is you doing, Unc? You ain't got no business out here with no 20-year-old white girl, with no 20-year-old period. No wrong with being no freak, but be a freak and it makes sense.
But she refused, choosing to take the fight public. Her lawyer, Tony Busby, a high-profile attorney known for representing over 150 alleged victims of Sean Diddy Combs, insists this is about justice, not money. But Sharpe's camp calls it a shakedown, claiming the relationship was fully consensual and backed by explicit text messages they've since leaked. These texts, filled with graphic roleplay and financial discussions, paint a picture of mutual participation, but Zuniga's team counters that they predate the alleged incidents and don't tell the whole story. This legal tug-of-war is only getting uglier, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. To understand how Sharpe landed in this mess, we need to rewind to the rise of Club Shay Shay, the podcast that turned him from a sports analyst into a cultural juggernaut. Launched in September 2020 under Fox Sports, Club Shay Shay started modestly, with Sharpe interviewing his brother, former NFL star Sterling Sharpe, in the first episode. The podcast blended sports, pop culture, and candid conversations, but it was Sharpe's charisma, honed from years debating on CBS Sports, Fox Sports Undisputed, and ESPN's First Take, that made it stand out. In August 2023, Sharpe inked a multi-year deal with The Volume, a podcast network founded by Colin Cowherd, giving him a bigger platform to flex his conversational skills. The real turning point came in January 2024, when comedian Katt Williams sat down for a 3-hour interview that became the most-watched podcast episode of the year, racking up over 85 million views. Katt didn't just talk, he unleashed a firestorm, calling out industry giants like Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, Ludacris, and Ricky Smiley for everything from joke theft to shady business dealings. He accused Cedric of stealing punchlines and building a career on others' work, while claiming Kevin Hart's squeaky clean image was a facade. The internet ate it up, with clips going viral and even inspiring a Saturday Night Live parody. But while the views poured in, so did the backlash. Cedric clapped back on Instagram, dismissing Katt's claims as corny and touting his 40-plus movie credits. Kevin Hart went harder, calling Katt a clown who squandered his own opportunities by being difficult to work with. The episode didn't just break the internet, it put Club Shay Shay on Hollywood's radar as a place where celebs could air their dirtiest laundry. And that's when Sharpe's troubles really start to brew. The Katt Williams interview wasn't a one-off. It set a precedent, turning Club Shay Shay into a battleground for celebrity beefs. And Mo'Nique's February 2024 appearance took things to another level. The Oscar-winning actress didn't hold back, accusing Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry of blackballing her after she refused to do unpaid promo for Precious in 2009. She claimed they froze her out of Hollywood, with producers and peers avoiding her for fear of being blacklisted themselves. And Mo'Nique also dragged Kevin Hart into the mess, saying he promised to support her but ghosted her when push came to shove. She even hinted at having audio recordings of Hart groveling to Tyler Perry. A bombshell that's yet to surface but could rewrite the narrative if it does. The interview sparked a firestorm, with DL Hughley and Tiffany Haddish jumping in to defend their peers and question Mo'Nique's motives. Hughley went as far as calling Club Shay Shay a messy setup that thrives on tearing down black entertainers. Rapper Maze piled on, accusing Sharpe of being selectively loud about black celebrities' controversies while staying quiet on others. The pattern was impossible to ignore. Sharpe's podcast was becoming a lightning rod for drama, and not everyone was happy about it. Fans started asking whether Sharpe was uplifting the culture or exploiting it for clout. The controversy wasn't just about what was said on air, it was about what wasn't. Whispers began circulating that Sharpe was sitting on unaired footage, clips too explosive to release, and using them for leverage behind closed doors. These rumors, while unverified, added fuel to the growing narrative that Sharpe was playing a dangerous game. Now, let's get to those blackmail rumors, because they're the kind of juicy speculation that keeps the internet buzzing. Word on the street, and let's be clear, this is all unconfirmed, suggests Sharpe's been holding on to unaired podcast material, the kind of raw, unfiltered tea that never made it to YouTube. Sources claim he's been using these clips to pressure industry figures, quietly flexing his influence to get what he wants. It's a bold accusation, and there's no hard evidence to back it up, but the idea isn't far-fetched. Club Shay Shay's guests, from Katt Williams to Mo'Nique to Megan Thee Stallion, have spilled secrets that rocked Hollywood. Megan, for instance, got an apology from Sharpe for crude comments he made about her on his Nightcap podcast, a moment that showed his willingness to confront his own missteps but also highlighted the power of his platform. If Sharpe really is stashing explosive footage, it would explain why some heavy hitters might want him silenced. The podcast's success, 4 million YouTube subscribers and counting, has made it a cultural force, but it's also painted a target on Sharpe's back. After all, in an industry built on carefully curated images, a platform that thrives on raw truth is a threat. And when you're sitting on a potential $100 million deal, as Sharpe was reportedly negotiating in early 2025, that threat becomes a whole lot bigger. But there's someone who saw this coming from a mile away. Enter Dave Chappelle, the comedy legend who's never been shy about calling out Hollywood's underbelly. According to reports, Chappelle warned Sharpe early on that Club Shay Shay was poking a bear that doesn't like to be poked. When Katt Williams' interview dropped, Chappelle allegedly told Sharpe to watch his step, cautioning that powerful industry figures don't play nice when their secrets are aired out. He even threw shade during a stand-up set, pointing out that Katt and Sharpe were targeting black entertainers while giving others a pass. Hurt people, Chappelle said, but I'm a hurt person that never hurt people. His words carried weight, especially given his own history of walking away from a $50 million Comedy Central deal to protect his principles. Chappelle's warning wasn't just friendly advice, it was a prophecy. The lawsuit's timing, dropping just one day before Sharpe was set to sign a $100 million podcast deal, feels too precise to be a coincidence. Was this a calculated move to derail him? Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, seems to think so, calling the lawsuit a cynical attempt to shake down his client. Busby, on the other hand, insists Zuniga is standing up for herself against a powerful figure. The truth? It's buried somewhere in the mess, and it's keeping everyone glued to their screens. The legal battle is where things get downright chaotic. Both sides are playing dirty, leaking texts and audio to sway public opinion. Sharpe's team dropped explicit messages from Zuniga, claiming they proved the relationship was consensual and filled with roleplay. One text reportedly has her begging for rough play, while others mention money, suggesting a transactional dynamic. Sharpe's camp says Zuniga herself recorded a private moment, edited it to look incriminating, and is now using it to extort him. They even claim the audio Busby released, where Sharpe allegedly threatens to choke Zuniga, was taken out of context, part of a longer, consensual exchange. But Busby's not backing down. He's released texts of his own, including one where Zuniga writes, "I cried when you left because I begged you to use protection and not go there, and you didn't listen." That line hit hard, raising questions about consent and power dynamics. Busby also dropped audio clips that paint Sharpe in a troubling light, including one where he talks about a big black man choking a small white woman, a comment that's tough to dismiss as a joke. The lawyer claims Sharpe's team is trying to discredit Zuniga, even accusing them of attempting to dox her. Sharpe, meanwhile, has taken a bold step, announcing in April 2025 that he's temporarily stepping away from ESPN's First Take to focus on his family and fight the allegations. He insists he'll be back by the NFL preseason, but sources at ESPN are skeptical, with some saying his career may never recover. To make matters worse, a second accuser, Michelle Bundy Evans, has come forward, claiming Sharpe assaulted her too, and a former FS1 coworker alleges he choked her in the workplace. These new claims, while unverified, are piling on the pressure. So, what's the bigger picture here? Is this lawsuit a coordinated hit to stop Sharpe from cashing in on that $100 million deal? The timing is suspicious, no doubt. Just as Sharpe was poised to take Club Shay Shay to new heights, with his network, including Nightcap, Club 520 podcast, and The Bubba Dub Show, attracting millions, the rug got pulled. Sources claim the deal collapsed after the allegations surfaced, with investors spooked by the controversy. The U.S. Sun reported that Sharpe's reputation has taken a hit, especially among female audiences, making it tough to secure new partnerships. Some speculate that industry titans, stung by the podcast's exposés, are behind the push to bury him. Katt Williams and Mo'Nique didn't just name names, they challenged the power structures of Hollywood, and Sharpe gave them the mic. If he's been holding on to unaired dirt, as rumors suggest, that's a motive for someone to want him silenced. On the flip side, Zuniga's allegations are serious, and her refusal of a $10 million payout suggests she's committed to her story. Busby's track record, though, raises eyebrows. He's represented high-profile cases against Diddy and Jay-Z, one of which was withdrawn after inconsistencies emerged. Is he a crusader for justice or a lawyer chasing headlines? The truth is murky, but the stakes are sky-high. Where does this leave Shannon Sharpe? He's fighting a two-front war, one in the courtroom, where he's vowed to clear his name, and one in the court of public opinion, where every leaked text and audio clip shifts the narrative. Club Shay Shay, once a beacon of raw, unfiltered truth, is now a lightning rod for controversy. The podcast's legacy, built on viral moments like Katt Williams' tirade and Mo'Nique's bombshells, is at risk of being overshadowed by the scandal. Sharpe's defenders argue he's being targeted for shaking up an industry that thrives on secrecy. His critics, though, say he's crossed lines that can't be uncrossed, both personally and professionally. The $50 million lawsuit, the collapsed $100 million deal, the ESPN hiatus, it's a perfect storm. And with new accusers stepping forward, the pressure's only mounting. Is Sharpe a victim of a calculated takedown, or is he facing the consequences of his own actions? The answer's still out there, and every new twist keeps us hooked. What do you think? Is Hollywood trying to silence a truth teller, or has Sharpe's empire finally crumbled under its own weight? Stick around, because this drama's far from over, and the next revelation could change everything.